is all set to make history with his maiden mission into space. Shukla will launch aboard the Axiom 4 mission today to the International Space Station, joining astronauts from America, Poland and Hungary for a 14-day science expedition. Serving as the mission pilot, Shubhanshu Shukla will embark aboard SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft, launched atop the Falcon 9 rocket. After several delays and technical challenges, the mission, which is led by veteran astronaut Peggy Whitson, is set to launch from the Kennedy Space Center in a short while from now. The spacecraft will travel in zero gravity for over 28 hours before docking with the space station. 4 astronauts are on board SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft, as we told you, for this mission to the ISS. Leading the crew is the mission commander Peggy Whitson from the United States of America. Joining her are pilots Shubhanshu Shukla and specialist Swallows from Poland and Tibor Kapu from Hungary. My colleague Adib is joining us at the moment to get us an understanding of what has been happening. Adib, what's the latest that you have? The entire country is, has its eyes on this mission Liftoff. At the moment, where are you and what's happening?
Shreya, see, we are right now in the school of Shubhanshu Shukla. This is the school from where Shubhanshu Shukla did his initial schooling. And let me show you in the visuals that how this particular school is preparing for this grand event. You can see a large number of students, they all are sitting and waiting for that particular moment when the liftoff will take place. They have, in fact, placed multiple screens for the live screening, and also to give the sense of how does mission control or the space program feels. They have different kind of replicas of space rockets. The students have prepared different charts, wishing all the very best to Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla. So you can see there are different charts in which you can see the image of Shubhanshu Shukla in the space uniform, Shubhanshu Shukla space mission. There are multiple charts. In fact, we have the replica of the space rover and the solar planets also. And let me also take you to the mission control center. So the students in this particular school, they have also created the mission control center, a replica of mission control center. You can see the board over here with the name of ISRO and all the countries, the 4 countries taking part in this particular mission. And then we have this mission control center that has been created inside this particular school. So you can see that how these young students, along with the teachers, they all are sitting. We have the board of the scientists, then we have the board of the technologists, then we have the board of the engineer, and most importantly, we have the Shukla family, who all are witnessing this right now, and how the mission controls works, how the space control systems work. And the Shukla family, the parents of Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, his mother, both his sisters, they are right now inside this mission control center that has been set up by this particular school to give that particular feeling to the family members of Shubhanshu Shukla, that what through all achievements, what heights of achievements their son has achieved and what he's doing. The family is very excited. They are very overwhelmed with the kind of achievement that Shubhanshu Shukla has. And so you can see the entire family of Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla is here. We have the parents of Shubhanshu Shukla with the teachers of CMS. They all are witnessing what really takes place inside the mission control center. So you can see a different kind of computer systems this particular school has placed. In fact, they also have a knowledge sheet of mission control center, that how this mission control center works, what is the role of mission control centers, what are all the famous mission control centers around the world. So giving all the information to the people, those who are coming for this grand event. And obviously the Shukla family, who's the main key focus on this very day, the family members of Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, his parents, his sisters, that how they all are very excited for what their son has achieved, Shreya.
Absolutely, Adib. Before going into space, Shubhanshu Shukla had said that one of his aims is to inspire an entire generation to take up space exploration in India, and perhaps he's doing that. You're at his school. Of course, it's a moment of pride for not just the school, but the entire family of Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, who are present there at the moment. Adib, I'll keep coming back to you for the latest from there. But let's also tell our viewers how moments before the launch of Axiom 4, Shubhanshu Shukla shared his inspirational message. Listen in.
From the Indian Space Research Organization, AX-4 pilot Shubhanshu Shukla.
Namaste. I'm Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla.
A fighter pilot for 15 years, he was selected as one of 4 Indian astronauts in 2020.
Captain Shukla, are you ready for the ride? Will you do some yoga in space like your idol Rakesh Sharma did in 1984?
The first Indian astronaut, Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma, traveled to space in 1984. I grew up reading about him in textbooks and listening to his stories from space. I was deeply, deeply impressed by him. This journey that I'm on, it has been a long one for me. And it started out somewhere. I didn't know that this is the path it is going to finally take. I would say that I've been extremely fortunate and extremely lucky to have gotten the opportunities to first fly all my life, which was a dream job for me, and then have the opportunity to apply to astronaut corps, and now consequently be here. The way this worked out for me was that probably a week before we arrived at Axiom was the time I came to know that I will be going. I was extremely excited to be here. I was very, very happy because this was a possibility for me to actually fly to space. You don't know how to respond to such things.
Shuk's his wisdom. The knowledge that he possesses, he could be 130 years old.
For me, having him as my pilot in the Dragon capsule is great. He already has that operational savvy. You know, he's just wicked smart when it comes to spacecraft technology.
He is very focused, and he will basically go 1, 2, 3, 4 in a record time. I don't even know how he gets there so fast.
The team that I'm flying with on this mission, it is fantastic. I do feel that, I have exceptional crewmates. I will have these crew members for this one flight, but post this mission, these are going to be my friends for life.
It has been an amazing journey. These are moments that really tell you that you are getting to be a part of something that is much larger than yourself. I can only say how extremely fortunate I am to be a part of this.
It is my sincere endeavor through my mission to inspire an entire generation back home in the country. I want to use this opportunity to ignite curiosity among kids. Even if this story, my story, is able to change one life, it would be a huge success for me. I am Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, and I am the mission pilot for Axiom 4 mission.
Well, let's talk about what might be happening at the moment and what this means for India and the world. On the broadcast, I'm joined by Dr. Amitabh Ghosh. He's a space scientist at NASA. I'm also joined by Manish Purohit, former ISRO scientist, as well as Jijit Nadumri Ravi, who's a former scientist at ISRO. He has been part of many GSLV launches and the Chandrayaan mission as well. Good morning and namaskar to all of you gentlemen. Dr. Amitabh Ghosh, can I begin with you and understand from you what might be happening at the moment? We're just about an hour away from the liftoff. And, what are these moments like? What happens at the moment as far as the mission is concerned?
Well, I think they have probably boarded, and there must be a live feed, and they're probably in their seats, and then the last countdowns are starting, and then if there is no technical issues, it will be cleared for launch. And of course the astronauts are going to be tense. I mean, they're going to experience multiple G's gravity, and so the takeoff will be the hardest part. And then, of course, they will have this 28-hour journey to the space station. So, their life is going to change forever. I mean, going to the space station.
Absolutely. Not just their lives, but the entire history of India's space exploration will change with this liftoff. But Dr. Ghosh, this also comes at a time when we're seeing a public-private partnership in space exploration, extremely important, because so far that we've seen, Axiom has taken off with people who perhaps have been able to pay, wealthy individuals mostly. But this is a mission that involves governments of countries as well, and therefore it becomes all the more important.
Right. So I think it's important, but not as important. So they are the seats, I think, sell for $70 million or thereabouts. So the rich governments are paying this money for their astronauts to fly. But I think the bigger picture on the sidelines is SpaceX has reduced, because they have reused their launch vehicles, they have reduced the cost of spaceflight by as much as 95%. So this really means that you or I, something which would cost a huge amount of money, is going to just cost 5%. And so spaceflight is about to boom, human spaceflight. And this means there is one thing called space tourism. It was like a science fiction. And so I think there is a reasonable chance that if you have paying customers on Earth, and you have maybe 50,000 or even 10,000, a whole sector can be born. And you have very big industrialists moving in that direction. So Jeff Bezos is setting up a destination. You know, if you go to space, where are you going to go? You need something to do. So if it was a tourism trip, right? Okay. So he's setting up this lunar base. So I think it's a very exciting point in human history.
Yes, absolutely. Manish Purohit, you want to come in on how, this mission is important in terms of what India is looking to achieve? In fact, not just India, but the entire world is looking to achieve as far as physical changes and how the human body reacts in space is concerned, as well as how agricultural growth happens in space. That is also extremely interesting.
See, if you look at this, then in 1984, when we went to the space and we went to salute with Rakesh Sharma ji, so that time it was a collaboration between Soviets and India. Right now, if you look at this mission, this is a private limited entity, Axiom Space, and they are selling as has been correctly mentioned just now, that they're selling, there's a price tag for every seat, and Indian government has decided, let's fly one of our proposed Gaganyatri on that particular seat as a pilot, so that the person will get the first-hand experience, the hands-on experience, and the training that is required for the upcoming Gaganyaan missions. So if we look at in that particular way, India is making it clear that yes, we are very serious about it. We are very serious about our commitments and our future plans, that we are going to have our G1 flight, G2 flight of the Gaganyaan, then crewed missions of Gaganyaan. And for that only, we are taking all the necessary steps where if we need some hands-on training, even if we have to send our Gaganyatri to the International Space Station by paying around 550 crores of Indian rupees, we are ready to take those steps, because we are committed for our upcoming future, where we are planning to have our own crew module. We are going to fly our own Gaganyatris. We would have our own Bharatiya Antariksh Station, where our crew modules are going to dock in the future. And if you talk about different experiments, that around 60 experiments will be done in this particular 14-day mission to the International Space Station. There are different the strata of experiments that are being done about the biological stuff, about the vegetation, growing of the vegetation, germination experiments, and effect of space travel on muscles and everything. But then this has been done. Already International Space Station is growing crops, so it's there up there. So it's like the main thing is getting getting to know about the process of liftoff, then docking of the crew module, International Space Station, how it feels. So that is something that is more important about this mission. And obviously, the experiments are being done because there has to be some purpose why you are going there.
Absolutely. And, talking about how every step is important, Jijit Ravi, we've seen multiple delays due to technical reasons in the past with this Axiom 4 mission, despite the fact that there has been a good track record as far as Axiom is concerned. They have flown thrice. This is the 4th time. But as far as this is concerned, we also just got to know a short while back, and this is something that they said, there was some wind file upload. Troubleshooting is being done, is what they said. What does this mean? And right at this moment, at this stage, could it be a big problem for the liftoff?
No, I don't think it's a big problem, because the astronauts are sitting inside the crew module, and that itself is a sign that any kind of problems that has been there is currently addressed. So I have looked at the weather report. It says that it's 90% perfect. And we have the Falcon, which has quite a kind of a success rate of 98 to 99%. We don't have. And as you also mentioned, the Axiom 4, we have Axiom, we have the fourth mission. So in that manner also, I don't see any kind of a problem that is coming up. Because if there is any kind of such fault, these astronauts won't be sitting inside, because that will not be possible, because there will be a kind of a checkpoint where they will not allow it. And so that means there is a go ahead. That is what I can confirm. But then as we have, there is a kind of certain amount of uncertainty, but we are all work with statistics, and all looks very, very green and good, and I don't see any kind of issues in the current configuration in terms of weather or in terms of the launch vehicle or the crew module, the Crew Dragon's crew module, and the astronaut health. Everything is in fine condition. And there was kind of issue mentioned for the ISS docking. That also currently resolved is what I have got the latest news. So in all respect, I see it's all green, and there is not much to worry about. And we eagerly wait for that moment, which is there, in a few minutes now, not even hours. Yeah. And we will be having our Gaganyatri having his first experience, and we are eagerly looking forward for that. And the entire experience, as my previous panelist mentioned, extremely important, that the way you feel the kind of multiple G's of gravity that you are getting lift off. Though these are all experiences which we cannot get in by reading some books or anything. So that's very extremely important. And all the other experiments they are going to conduct in the 14 days, including muscle related activity, in the microgravity, etc. So I look forward for a kind of a positive event that is going to happen in a few minutes.
Absolutely. The few minutes that the entire world is waiting for. And finally, fingers crossed, as you all are saying, that we will finally have that liftoff, hopefully, at 12:01 p.m. IST, ladies and gentlemen, is when we are expecting that liftoff to happen. I request you all of you gentlemen to stay with me. Let's also play out for you how Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla's family has been reacting to this entire liftoff, this entire launch. His mother and sister spoke with Times Now. Listen in.
आंटी, कितनी खुशी का पल है आज, आप लोग तैयार हैं, आप लोग को स्क्रीनिंग देखने जा रहे हैं, शुभांशु स्पेस जाने वाले हैं, कितना खुशी का पल है आपके लिए? खुशी की तो कोई सीमा नहीं है बेटा, आज खुशी बहुत ज्यादा है, जिसका इंतजार महीनों से हो रहा था वो आज सब खुशी का दिन समाप्त हो रहा है लॉन्चिंग का। सुबह भी आप लोगों की शुभांशु से बात हुई, क्या बात हुई, क्या शुभांशु ने बोला आप लोगों से? बस यही बोला, माँ मैं इतने दिन से इंतजार कर रहा था, आज खुशी का पल आया है, वो भी एक्साइटेड हैं जानने के लिए। ठीक है। किस तरह से आशीर्वाद दिया आप लोगों ने आज? आशीर्वाद बहुत सारा, ढेर सारे शुभकामनाएं, आशीर्वाद, दही पेड़ा खिलाया, दूर से ही खिला दिया हमने। अच्छा, दही पेड़े से ही शुरुआत हुई और हलवे वगैरह सब तैयार थे उनके लिए? सब कुछ। आज मतलब लॉन्च है, आप लोग पूरी तैयारी है आप लोग? बस लॉन्चिंग देखने ही हम लोग निकल रहे हैं, बस जा रहे हैं, वही जा रहे हैं। मैम, कितना एक्साइटमेंट है आज आप लोग में, कितनी खुशी है कि शुभांशु आज स्पेस में जा रहे हैं, इंडियन एस्ट्रोनॉट है, पहले जो इंटरनेशनल स्पेस स्टेशन जा रहे हैं, कितनी खुशी का पल है आप लोगों के लिए? देखिए, खुशी का पल हमारे लिए बहुत है। जब से हमें ये न्यूज मिली थी कि वो आईएसएस में जाने वाले पहले भारतीय नागरिक बन रहे हैं, तभी से हमें बहुत खुशी का पल है हमारे लिए। अच्छा, आज आप लोग की शुभांशु से सुबह बात हुई, क्या कुछ बात हुई, क्या आप लोगों ने शुभांशु से आज बोला सुबह? जी, बस उनसे यही बोला है कि अपना ध्यान रखें, अपने काम पे पूरा फोकस रखें, किसी भी तरह का डिस्ट्रैक्शन मत लें, और जिस तरीके से वो सारे काम करते आए हैं जीवन में, आगे भी उसी तरीके से उस काम को पूरा करके मिशन को लौटे। क्या बात करके क्या लगा, कितने एक्साइटेड हैं शुभांशु इस मिशन के लिए, जो एक बड़ा अचीवमेंट भी है उनके लिए? एज ऑलवेज वो हमेशा हाई जोश पे ही रहते हैं, बहुत एक्साइटेड है वो, और हम लोगों से कह ही रहा था कि बस मैं आता हूँ मिशन पूरा करके, फिर आप लोगों से मिलता हूँ। Well, so that is, of course, Shubhanshu Shukla's family. These are live visuals, ladies and gentlemen, that we are getting at the moment. Manish Purohit, can I request you to help us understand what is happening? If you can see these visuals that are coming in from the Kennedy Space Center, exactly what is happening at this moment?
So right now the crew ingress arm has been removed. So till this point, the ingress arm was connected to the Dragon module, through which the astronauts enter into the Dragon. Right now we can see on the left-hand side, the Dragon module is there on the Falcon 9. And the other screen that we are getting is from inside the Dragon module, where we can see all the 4 travelers right now in their respective positions. Now, propellant loading will start. And once that is done and all the checks are done, and if everything is favorable, all the weather conditions, wind conditions, just everything is just perfect, we will see a launch at 12:01. And once liftoff happens, then within few minutes, the first stage will separate, the booster stage will separate, it will come back and land on the landing pad. And that's what is the beauty of SpaceX launches. They have that first stage that is reused again and again. Here the booster stage has already flown a Starlink mission. The Dragon that is flying today is a brand new one. Initially it was planned for the Crew 10 to fly, but then Crew 10 went in that particular Dragon, which was supposed to take Axiom 4 astronauts to the space. So it's a brand new Dragon. Right now they have 5 of such Dragons, and they are also reusable. Around 50 plus flights have been done for the Dragon module, and 60 plus crew members have been taken to space in these Dragon modules. So very reliable the whole setup is. Once Dragon will separate from the second stage, it will start adjusting its orbit, and that is going to take that huge time of around 28 hours, where the orbit will be adjusted, the altitude will be adjusted, the alignment of the orbit will be made such that it gradually approaches International Space Station. And then tomorrow at around 4:30, we will witness the moment of docking.
Okay, so 28 hours of course, traveling till the International Space Station is what we're going to be seeing. He will become the first Indian at the ISS, Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, making all of us proud. But stay with me, gentlemen. I'm slipping into a short break. I'll come back to this very interesting discussion and that proud moment that we're all waiting for.